Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, and today I'm back with the Stamp Around UK video hop crew with the theme of sparkle, shimmer and shine. So I thought I'd combine that with talking to you about the quite curvy bundle that's available as well. So my card is going to use the lovely quite curvy stamp set. You can see here it does come with coordinating dies, which I'm actually not using today, but I have to say they are well worth getting because they cut out this beautiful leaf image that you can see here that I'm going to be using on my card. So this is the one here, and you can see it has got sparkle and shine, and after I'd completed this I thought, you know what, there's another way of adding a little bit of sparkle and shine, so we're going to do some of that as well. You're going to need some clear wink of Stella. We've got rhinestones on here. I'm going to use some silver foil sheets, and I've got the Feels Like Frost paper here, and Feels Like Frost is absolutely beautiful paper that has these lovely photographic images on the one side, followed by silver foil, with silver foil on the back. So lots of lovely soft colours, beautiful images, and you can see there's plenty of sparkle and shine, so you could always use the reverse of this. I haven't, because I just thought, well, I'm actually going to leave it for this one, but hey, you know, you could really go to town on these. White and silver, beautiful photographic images and gorgeous cool colours, so cool blues and lilacs and purples and pinks, which leads me very nicely on to say it's got a bit of Rococo rose in it. So I thought, when I make this again, why not use Rococo rose? So that's what I'm going to do. And my dies are the... can't remember, In Good Taste. They're part of, can't remember the name of them. I'll pop it in my blog. But they create these lovely shapes, and you can see I've used a vellum to cut this one here. And vellum creates a lovely soft layer over images, and then I've just added my wink of Stella. So with this here, we've done a bit of partial cutting either side of our images as well to give a slightly different one. And this is the lovely ribbon from the Autumn Winter catalogue, which is, I love it because whatever colour you put it with, it takes on that colour. So you can see here it kind of looks quite lilac-y. You put it with blue, it'll become a pinkish hue. It's a gorgeous iridescent ribbon that I'd really... Snowflake Splendour ribbon, absolutely perfect. I may have to buy some more of that, and I don't normally say that about ribbon. So let's just start off with our card base. So our card base is quite simple. So it is 14.5 by 21 centimetres, scored at 10.5 to create our 10-fold card. We're adding onto that a full layer of the DSP, so that again is 14.5 by 10.5 centimetres, and you're just going to pop that onto the front just using my Stampin' Seal. As I say, you could, you know, add the silver layer if you wanted to. I'm going to carry on sort of because I still want a little bit of colour on that as well. Decide which way you want your image to be, and then just layer that onto the front of your card, just like so. Okay, next thing you're going to need is a piece of, I've used Rococo Rose, and this is 7 by, I think it's about 14, yep, 7 by 14 centimetres, and that's where we're going to start with our stamping. You're going to want your Rococo Rose ink pad. So we're just going to do some straightforward tone-on-tone stamping. This is a photopolymer stamp set, which means that I'm going to be using my Stampin' Pierce mat to give that cushioning. Okay, so big stamp, so ink pad to stamp. And then I'm just going to centre that and pop it down right at the bottom. We've got that lovely image. The same again. So the equivalent of tap, 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 but all the way over. Make sure it's well inked up. And again, just hold for just a second. And you've got your lovely image there as well. Now, the beauty of our can't get my words out today. Wink of Stella. Beauty of this is you can use this in a couple of ways to add colour to your project or shine. I'm actually going to want to do a bit of both, so I'm going to ink up a block just by pressing it into my Rococo Rose. And one way you can use your Wink of Stella is just by colouring over the leaves, and that will add a really sort of subtle shine. It will take a little bit of the colour and deepen it as well, or you can actually add a little bit of more colour. You see that hopefully is a little bit darker. So I actually didn't colour all of the leaves on these, I'd mainly coloured the outer leaves, and you just come in and it gives such a beautiful finish to these leaves. And so you can add a little bit of colour if you want, particularly down the centre, and then come out. And being iridescent again, you get just a super sparkle without adding or detracting from the detailed images as well. It's probably not the easiest one to actually do on a video, I have to say. I just don't think it doesn't do it justice, but okay, you can just come in, add as much or as little as you like, as I say, and you will end up with a really pretty card that sort of has taken on those beautiful pinkish tones. And say I've deliberately done it sort of tone on here, just to give a fabulous depth of colour to go with that lovely image on the paper. So you see here I'm sort of just almost finished. I'm just going to go actually with this big one. And don't be tempted to squeeze too hard on your Wink of Stella. It will sort of come out very easily, unless you're popping it in to create a puddle to paint with. You know, you don't need to really add any pressure at all. But it just seems to last forever, you know. I've had this one, gosh, I perhaps don't use it as much as I should, or as I like to. It's one of those kind of forgotten things. I perhaps need to have it out on my desk a bit more to remind me to use it. But once you've got your sparkle and shimmer on there, pop that to one side just for a moment to dry. I've got my label here, and I say the next one to go on the top there. The great thing about popping a label over the top is it hides any glue. It's not always easy to glue vellum, and there are various things you can do, but it doesn't always work as well. And what we're going to do is now trim down this to a total of 10 centimetres. So that should be pretty much dry. So this was 14, so I'm going to line it up at 2 centimetres, and I'm just going to cut up to where that leaf is. And again, in the middle there, just going to come down between those leaves, and you can see, you know, just lift it up, see where you're at. Yeah. And then the top, and again, just come down a little bit more. There we go. And repeat on the other side. So again, line it up at 2 centimetres. Come down to where that leaf is. Lift up in the middle, and again up to the bottom. Just lift, keeping the same place. Pop that away. Oh no, don't pop that away. What I'm going to use is some foil sheets. So all you want to grab is foil sheet, and I'm going to trim this down to 10 centimetres, I think, anyway. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut a couple of strips at about 1.5 centimetres. This is my extra way of adding a bit of shimmer and shine to the project. Instead of having a layer of colour, let's have a layer of sparkle. And next you want to come in with your snips. So where you have cut up to the leaf, you're then just going to cut around the rest of those leaves. So those leaves are kind of hanging off on each side. So again, just trim round, so usual, hold your scissors fairly straight and move that card around till you join that little cut. Same again at the top here. Now obviously you could do this with a die, but to be honest with you, by the time you've lined it up, I think this is a great way of just adding a little bit of interest with an overhanging image. You can see here that creates a little channel for our ribbon as well. So again, we can just come down and round. This is where snips come in so handy. They are so sharp, right to the very point. They are the best scissors I have ever had for crafting. I have a number of pairs, and you know, once I do find, you know, I when I started doing classes, I because of the expense, I thought, no, I'll just pick up some, you know, multiple pairs of cheap scissors. Did you know what? Regretted it. After the first class, yeah, I made the investment of getting some proper Stampin' Up paper snips. So here we go. We've just about finished our little trimming. So if you haven't quite come down to the leaf, that's fine. There we go. Now we want to stamp our image, our sentiment. Now the sentiment I've actually used is from the lovely Peaceful Moments stamp set. Really good one. And you could use any sentiment, but thinking of you with all my heart was what I wanted to do with this particular sentiment. And I'm just going to echo the tone on tone with that. And I'm going to come in and re-stamp my leaf image on each side, and again add a little bit of sparkle to that as well. So I'll just pop that, and you'll see it's sort of taking on a little bit more of the colour of the ink on that Blushing Bride. There we go. So this is going to go straight onto my panel, and I'm going to use my Seal Plus because I want to make sure that sticks really well onto the centre of that. Like so. I didn't add my ribbon in, which I intended to. Okay, so let's add that now. Hints and tips with the ribbon. It is quite strong ribbon. By that I mean it holds its shape. So if you pop a glue dot on the inside there, something that's going to keep that closed, or I say what I did was I came in and actually stapled that, and would do again if I could find where I have placed my stapler. Which, there we go. Okay. So as you can see, it's already starting to take on those pinkish tones. So I'm just going to come in with my little mini stapler and pop that in. That's going to layer up. And we're going to pop our silver foil down the back there. So and all I've done is just add a layer of seal, and I'm just going to add my foil to each edge. And that means, you don't have to put a piece of foil all the way behind your images. You can create something just as beautiful by just putting that little bit down the back. frugal as they come, you know me. Now, the last bit is to just start assembling this. So I'm going to grab some of my rhinestones, and let's add some dimensionals to the back there. Oh, there you go. Okay, so add a swatch of dimensionals, and I pop one eye on behind those little panels as well, so they stand up and they stay supported. I'm going to get squished in the post. Okay. So, and we're going to add some to the back of our panel. So all you need to do is make sure that when you're adding them to the back of your panel, you're sort of adding them top and bottom because of where we're going to add our ribbon, which I haven't yet put to the back here. So Seal Plus just on each edge here. Take our ribbon, and again, you know, you don't need to tie it all the way around. Just add that layer around to the back, and then you can snip it out of the way. So we're nearly there. Finish laying it up, and we can add some dimensionals. And by drawing on my dimensionals, you can see there, I can easily see where I haven't taken the backs off, and the rain, it is coming down. There we go. So add your panel into the middle, add our layer, because we want those dimensionals to be above and below that ribbon to make sure it stays on. Centre that, and all that remains is for me to grab my, take your pick, the usual, squeeze it up to get some goo out and take the pressure off, and then add our sparkles to our card, and there we have a card with plenty of sparkle and shine, perfect for the winter season. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? Are you a Rococo Rose or a Highland Heather? I don't know. I don't know which one I prefer. Maybe I should have gone more Blushing Bride. Tell me what you think. And don't forget to pop along to the rest of the video hoppers and take part in our video hop and see what other inspiration you can have for sparkle and shine. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Bye.